Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be exploring one of the ships in Norwegian Cruise Line's fleet, the Norwegian Gem. The Gem is one of NCL's mid-sized ships, and she sails all over the world. The Gem generally spends her summer in the Mediterranean, and the winter doing itineraries between the Caribbean and South America. For the 2024 season though, the Gem will be staying a bit closer to home, with most of her itineraries including Canada, New England, and the Caribbean. We had the opportunity to voyage on this ship during one of her Mediterranean itineraries, and we had a great time. This video, however, is not meant to comment on the itinerary itself, the dining, or the shore excursions that we experienced. We already have a video out there about all that, so be sure to check it out. This video's purpose is to give you an idea of the amenities offered on the Gem. First, let's start with some details about the Norwegian Gem. The Gem was built in 2007 and renovated in 2022. While the ship does seem fresh and clean after the renovation, we can't really say that the ship feels modern. If you are a fan of the older ocean liner style with wood accents and marine colors, you'll be happy with the ship. While it didn't affect our experience at all, it can be argued that the decor and style, even after the renovation, is outdated. The ship itself is not overly huge, with a gross tonnage of just over 93,000 tons. This ranks the Gem as the 10th largest vessel in NCL's fleet. It's roughly the same size as the other ships in the Jewel class, including the Norwegian Jewel, the Jade, and the Pearl. The capacity of the Gem is 2,394 passengers and 1,070 crew. We will say that as far as passenger load goes, the Gem really holds its passengers well. At no point during our cruise did we find areas too crowded, waits too long, or venues too packed. This, unfortunately, cannot be said for some of NCL's other ships. Now that we've gotten some stats out of the way, let's take a look at the amenities on board. We'll start on decks 4 and 5, which contain the crew quarters and guest cabins. The real amenities, however, start on deck 6. Starting from the front of the ship, you'll find the Stardust Theater, a venue hosting Broadway and Vegas-style shows nearly every night of your cruise. This theater has a capacity for over 1,000 guests, and it features 3 levels with a balcony and some really comfortable chairs. The theater is actually spread out between decks 5, 6, and 7, but you can only access it on decks 6 and 7. There are also a few meeting rooms and a business center on this floor, but we never really had occasion to see those. Moving towards the aft on deck 6, you'll arrive at the Gem Casino. The casino has several slot machines and several table games, including blackjack, 3-card poker, and more. There's also a bar inside the casino, but there's always servers walking around to take care of guests as well. Moving a bit further towards the aft, you arrive in the 2-story bar complex that plays host to Shaker's Martini Bar, Malting's Beer and Whiskey Bar, and Magnum Champagne and Wine Bar. Here you can also find a piano and a stage, with comfortable seating. This area is used every afternoon and evening for entertainment on board. If you move towards the port of the ship from this area, you'll find the Corona Cigar Bar, as well as Le Bistro, an extra-pay specialty restaurant featuring fine French cuisine. We visited this restaurant during our cruise, and we can attest that it is both artfully decorated and capable of featuring some delicious foods. If we continue towards the aft, you arrive at one of the 2 main dining rooms, the Magenta. This venue is a moderately sized space that's open for meals throughout the day. Generally, Magenta shares the same menu as the larger dining room, Grand Pacific, so if you can't find a table there, you're always welcome to come here. In the very aft of the ship on deck 6, and only accessible from decks 5 or 7 via a staircase, is the Grand Pacific Dining Room. This is a very large venue that can hold a majority of the passengers dining at any one moment on the ship. The venue also has the advantage of featuring plenty of natural light, due to windows on 3 sides of the room. It also features some great wood accents. This is definitely an elegant space to have dinner. Moving up to deck 7, you can find nearly all of the shopping venues on the ship, including Tradewinds Tax and Duty Free, the gift shop, the Effie Jewelry Store, and a few boutiques. This is also the floor with the art gallery and photo gallery. Moving through the shopping center towards the aft of the ship, you'll find the spot where deck 7 opens down into Magnum Champagne Bar on deck 6. Around this space, you can find Orchid Garden, a complimentary restaurant, sushi, an extra pay venue offering several different types of sushi, and teppanyaki, an extra pay hibachi-style Japanese venue. In the midship of Deck 7, you'll find the lower floor of the atrium, which opens up into Deck 8. The atrium contains the atrium bar, as well as guest services and the shore excursion desk. There is also a Starbucks here. Moving from the atrium through the photo and art galleries, towards the aft of the ship, you'll find the Bliss Ultra Lounge and Nightclub, a venue built for dancing the night away. When it's not a nightclub, the venue also hosts enrichment talks, presentations, and, one of our personal favorites, karaoke. Moving up to Deck 8, you'll mostly find more passenger cabins. The only real amenity to note on this deck is O'Sheehan's Bar and Grill, a complimentary pub-style restaurant that encompasses the 8th floor section of the atrium. Decks 9 through 11 are passenger cabins, and Deck 12 is where we start to see more of the outdoor activities that the ship has to offer. In the aft of the ship, you'll find the Great Outdoors, a complimentary dining venue offering a limited buffet throughout the day and late into the night. Moving towards the front of the ship, on the starboard side from the Great Outdoors, you'll find yourself in the Garden Cafe, the main buffet dining venue on the Gem. On the port side of the ship, near the aft stairwell, is the entrance to another extra pay specialty restaurant, La Cucina, which offers Italian fare. Exiting the buffet towards the front of the ship, you'll find yourself near Splash Academy, which is the kids' club on board. From this midship staircase, you can make your way outside onto the main pool deck. The Gem has 2 large pools, a medium-sized pool, and 4 hot tubs. Near the pool is Topsider's Bar and Grill, offering food throughout the day. The front part of Deck 12 is reserved for a little R&R. Here you'll find several small rooms, including the library, a card room, and a photo studio. Walking a bit further, you'll find yourself in the Mandara Spa and Salon. The spa offers saunas, massages, thermal suites, a fitness center, a hair salon, and more. Moving up to Deck 13 using the front staircase, you'll find yourself at the entrance of the Spinnaker Lounge. This venue is extremely large, and it features shows throughout the cruise. It's also a great place to get some amazing views out the front of the ship. You can make your way afterwards from the lounge and find yourself back outside on the catwalk that overlooks the pool area. There's also a jogging track here. Around this jogging track, which goes around the outside of the ship, you'll find several amenities, including basketball and tennis courts in the aft, a sports court, deck games and chess on the starboard side, and shuffleboard on the port side. In the middle of all this entertainment are 2 more specialty restaurants, Cagney's, an American steakhouse, and Moderno Churrascaria, a Brazilian restaurant. Traveling further up the ship to Deck 14, you can find a climbing wall in the aft of the ship, as well as a sun deck with chairs in the front of the ship. The remaining portions of Deck 14 and 15 are mainly reserved for passengers traveling in the Haven Suites. These passengers have their own sun deck, courtyard, pool, and on some ships, even a restaurant. Overall, this ship has 16 bars and 14 dining venues on board, a staggering amount for a vessel of this size. In comparison, we traveled on a ship with MSC that had roughly the same gross tonnage, more passengers, and only 4 restaurants. As far as amenities go, the Gem is doing pretty well. Now that we've walked around the ship, let's take a look at our balcony cabin on board. Alright, so now that we're on board, we'll give you a little room tour, although it's not going to take very long, obviously. So we are in what's called a balcony. It's just a balcony stateroom, it's not a balcony suite. So it's not super huge, but it does have a balcony, which is really nice. So as you can see, Catherine is standing in the entryway, and she's got a safe behind her, and okay, she's trying to be a flight attendant. It's not working out. Then, of course, we got a big closet here, and we have a mini bar that is not stocked. We have a few cups here for waters and things, and then right over here is the bathroom, which is kind of your standard stateroom bathroom. Just got a toilet, a sink, and then, of course, a shower, all pretty compact, pretty tight. And then we turn around, and here is the bed, which is a good size. We also have a little seating bench. It's not quite a full couch, but we both could sit on it. And then, of course, the balcony, which right now we have a beautiful view of Trieste. In addition to balcony cabins, there are of course inside and outside cabins, as well as suites. Then of course you get to the Haven rooms, which are suites with butler service and their own separate section of the ship. Overall, we thought that the Gem was a nice little compact ship. She really holds her passengers well. With all of the dining venues and bars on board, we never had to stand in any lines or wait for any tables. The bar service was also extremely quick because all of the passengers were so spread out. For outdoor activities, the ship has a lot. From rock climbing to hanging out by the pool, you can really do anything. There were plenty of sunbeds on board as well, so we never had to rush to the pool deck early in the morning. The spa on board also offered several treatments, but they were a bit pricey. As far as entertainment went, there was always something going on. Whether it be trivia, a show, bingo, live entertainment, live music, there's always something for everyone. We were never bored on this cruise. The dining on board was, of course, phenomenal on our cruise. However, we can't really attribute this to the Gem, since all of the restaurants and menu options on board are pretty much consistent throughout the entire fleet. Still, the service was very quick, and our servers were always friendly and helpful. If you're interested in shore excursions, dining packages, drinks packages, dining options, and things like the free at sea discount, please take a look at our recap of our voyage on the Norwegian Gem. It's linked down in the description below. Hopefully this helped shed some light on what's offered on the Norwegian Gem. We can say from experience that it's a nice little ship to sail on. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one.